As you all know, Logan Paul is the nicest person on earth.
Go
You've been looking at
yourself.
Wait, what is this?
Go yourself. You're going
Okay, maybe not so much at all. Logan Paul, social media influencer, WWE fake fighter, and entrepreneur, is finally receiving the karma we've all been waiting for. So we're gonna break down the psychology along with body language behind the many ways Logan Paul is finally seeing his empire unravel in front of the world. Now, let's get started.
KSI and Logan Paul aren't actually the business masterminds behind it.
Logan Paul seemed to have created the illusion that Prime Drink was owned and operated solely by himself and fellow YouTuber KSI, bragging about it, going on business shows, and presenting himself as some kind of business genius.
You know what we did this year in internal revenue? $1.2 billion.
I
have to say I'm proud of it, all right?
You should be.
I'm going to be arrogant for a second and say that's insane. Like two YouTubers founded a hydration company.
However, that wasn't the case at all. Behind the curtain, Prime is actually controlled by a company called Congo Brands and is actually run by two guys, Max Clemens and Trey Steiger. So this company Congo Brands owns a majority stake around 60%, while Logan and KSI each hold about 20% in the company.
Use influencers to create demand, which then causes retailers to stock the stuff.
In other words, they are merely the faces of Prime to create internet hype around the product and don't actually operate the business. Notice here how Logan Paul never mentions the majority owners in Prime.
They built this business up, then approached you to be a brand ambassador?
No, started it from the ground.
Really?
Yeah, we worked on it for, 8 months behind the scenes.
He also often says, "We created a sports drink," making people think that Logan is merely referring to him and KSI.
Starting a lifestyle drink with KSI.
We made a better for you drink.
But in reality, he is legally also referring to Max and Trey. Slick, right? Also, Max and Trey seem to be intentionally quiet about their involvement in Prime, staying completely out of the media, even being extremely vague in their LinkedIns. I was hardly able to find any images of either of them.
I feel like we've definitely come back a little bit. We lost a crucial game. Gave it away against J-Town the last game in the LIT.
And this was the only video I found, and it's Max being interviewed many years ago from his apparent high school basketball days. The real owners of Prime here seem to be intentionally keeping quiet, but why do you think Prime was so happy to lead you to believe that it was just a company owned by KSI and Logan Paul? Yes, psychologically they did that because it made the brand feel more aspirational. If two YouTubers could launch a billion-dollar empire out of thin air, it made kids and fans feel like anything is possible. By projecting himself as one of the masterminds behind Prime, Logan was feeding into a perceived identity he's been apparently trying to build with his young, impressionable audience for years. A completely self-made entrepreneur who grew out of YouTube controversy to become a respected businessman. When Prime was first launched, Logan and KSI's fans were curious about what Prime tasted like and naturally wanted to support their favorite creators. It triggered what's called the scarcity effect. Psychologically, when people believe something is rare or hard to get, they assign it more value. Stores were selling out, kids were lining up, and parents were paying inflated prices just to get their hands on a single bottle. Prime even paid approximately $7 million to have their TV commercial played during the Super Bowl in 2023.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
By constantly promoting Prime and keeping Prime hard to find, Logan and KSI made it feel exclusive. Almost like owning a bottle meant you were part of their elite club.
Mom, a kid today is defined by their hydration drink. I have to have more cred than anyone else.
The Prime frenzy was even depicted on South Park.
You know, the most important thing is just to be yourself. When I feel like I can't be myself, that's when I need a hydration drink that'll pick me up. That's when I need cred. It's the coolest sports drink in the world.
At the time, people were willing to spend sometimes even 100 times the price to get it.
Give me the cred! Start the car! Benji's getting away with the cred!
The scarcity effect in psychology made Prime feel like a treasure, and the perception that their favorite influencers were solely behind it amplified the effect even more.
Cred is 100% sugar-free. Cred has electrolytes so you can ride your bike. And also Cred has more vitamin A than your body could possibly ever use.
I can't feel my face.
Psychologically, fans weren't just buying a sports drink, they were feeling as if they were buying a piece of Logan and KSI's success, a token of belonging in their cool inner circle.
Drink Cred or you're a piece of shit. Whee!
When you combine scarcity with parasocial loyalty, the product took on a symbolic value far beyond its actual worth. For over a year since it first launched, stores' shelves were empty of Prime. However, when Prime finally signed a big contract with a large bottling company, Refresco, to meet demand, less people wanted it. But why? That's for several reasons. First, there was no scarcity effect anymore since anyone can go to their local grocery store and get as many as they want. But also because it really didn't taste very good.
What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just come from the Maldives. How tropical
it's like
that?
swallowing perfume. What is that? What do you give it out of 10? 0.
It's just like the most sugary drink that doesn't have sugar in it. Like,
what are they using for a sweetener?
I don't know.
That is not good. It tastes like chemicals.
When that scarcity became eliminated and the hype died down, fewer people were repurchasing it because it really just wasn't that good, and it wasn't this status symbol of any sort anymore.
Our hydration option, in my opinion, is so much better.
What a joker.
The specific thing with Prime is that it doesn't have the amount of sodium that you need for optimal hydration, specifically with sweat loss.
Additionally, Prime started to receive a lot of bad media coverage of deceptive marketing practices. Subscribe for more.